Elissa Clips, love her. She is very nice. She's gone into my chat. She sent me a DM. She's like, do you mind? I like some of the stuff you do. I don't know what I'm going to do, but do you mind if I clip some of your stuff? And I'm like, absolutely. You don't have to ask again. It's all good. I don't believe in IP law. And I've said that before here. And then people come back at me like, oh yeah, sure. I'm sure if someone stole you. Nope. It's crappy. I've been struck on using people's stuff before, even under fair use. The way that YouTube works is I don't like it. It's guilty until proven innocent. In other words, even if you are doing it under fair use and you use someone's clip, they can strike you immediately. That person put it Joe Rogan even does this for using his clips, and then your channel's struck, and then you have to fight to try to get it undone. Now, so I'm not a fan of that, but I'm also just not a fan of that whole system in general. I've talked about this a little bit. I'm not. I've read multiple treatises on this, books on this, and I've come up with where I believe with Stephan Kinsella that IP law is just monopolist, and I'm not a fan of it personally. I mean, think of it this way. I write a book. I sell that book to someone. They now have this book. It's out there. They can do whatever they want. Can they photocopy it and give it? Sure. I think they should be able to do that. I don't believe in this labor value. That's the big commie way that you have, that you put your labor into it, and so therefore you own it. I don't know. I just don't believe that. And so anyway, Elissa, she comes out here. She's put out clips. And she does clips of Nick's show. He's been fine with this before. Now he's pushing back and saying, you can't do this now. She was taking some of the clips from his locals. I think that's under his paywall. That's not necessarily for mass distribution, but that sounds like she's going to be taking some of this stuff down. Fine. I think Nick's just a little bit not consistent in this aspect. Like I said, use it, use my stuff, show it out there. The problem is before it was being used to promote him. Now it's not. So therefore, he's going to be striking you to take it down. If I'm doing something, it's up there. I'm putting it out for free on the internet, right? So it's out there. Everyone can do what they want with it. It's just. Maybe if I was making millions, but then you're making millions of dollars off it, right? And I think the more publicity you get, the better, right? As far as like it's only gonna help you, unless you're a piece of shit. Okay, Nick Rekieta comes out. Remember we said this yesterday. He blocked or told Elissa Clips that he didn't want her to do his show anymore, right? And so then this person here. Said Nick abandoned every principle he claimed to stand for, and now he's full-blown descent into madness. But hey, fair use makes his spiral fair game, and at least he owned the haters. Because she's like, get your views now. You do not have, here's what he said, you do not have permission to clip my locals exclusive content. Take it down tomorrow or I will. I also rescind my permission to clip my content. Play fair use if you're going for it. Here's Nick's defense. No one gives a shit about principles. Okay, some people do. Not no one. They're just weapons in waiting for people who have no interest but to destroy. Is that true? I don't know. My principles were extensions of courtesy, my rights on loan to others. Okay, can you loan your rights to others? I mean, you can have someone be an agent for you. I don't know if that's your rights. Your rights on loan to others. They are on loan to the government right now. I will say, actually, you didn't loan them. They just took them, right? They took a lot of your rights away from you. They abused them and do not share the same principles. I owe them nothing. My buddy Andy, who has quite the handle here on Twitter. It's all a joke, people. He's not really a CEO. Intellectual property isn't property at all. You'd think Nick would know this, but apparently not. He claims to oppose the government, but wants the government to enforce a monopoly privilege on his public meltdowns. He's no better than anyone he claims to be opposing. And I just said, yeah, he'll be touting the labor theory of value next. Where do your rights come from? And if it comes from the government, then they can take those. And the only thing that's established here with intellectual property and your copyright shit is it's a government monopoly. And if it was more than that, it would extend beyond either your lifetime or indefinite, or however this is working. But they put time limits on when it is. So somehow your ability to have these rights are time sensitive, right? That's bogus. It's stupid. So anyway, I think that's all shitty. Clip everything away. Take my whole show. Put it up there as your own. It's going to be a problem when it's not you. So there you go.